legitimately giving you the best research I know through these videos. And sometimes things change. Sometimes I learn more, you know, and I'll revisit things and tell you. That's what I do, sort of to share with you the experience of these explorations and to, you know, transmit to a larger audience some kind of more boring, not boring, but, you know, like less entertaining research that I actually do on a professional level, on an academic level, on a scholarly level through academia. Like I have that whole other, you know, side that's behind the videos that you see. So I talk a lot in layman's terms, I use slang, I joke around with you, but what it's coming from are actual things that I've studied at actual university and through scholars who are experts on the topic, and I'm synthesizing it to you through this more fun medium, these videos. So please, when you know, if you feel inclined to think that I'm just making this up, I'm not. What I tell you is truly the most modern scholarly research on the topic that has become available to me at the time that the words come out of my mouth, and I sincerely believe them to be true. Even if I'm wrong, I'm not guessing. I'm repeating the best knowledge available to me at the moment. So in that spirit, I thank you for watching these videos, and let's get on to the fun stuff. Welcome to my life. The guy behind me, he didn't know where to find something. I told him where it was. He said, is this it? Are we here? Is it right here? I said, no, this isn't what you're looking for. Go a little further. He goes, oh, I think it's right here. And then he stopped a man on the trail and asked the same question, and the guy gave the same answer as me. But he totally believed him, and he didn't believe me.
Could you move it a little closer to the parking lot?
See, this is a perfect example of why when people present me with a criticism, oh, you're exploiting these spots, or you're showing people where they are. First of all, no, I don't. You never see me give any kind of GPS location or say any name of anything that isn't already publicly, very publicly available. You know how publicly available it is? That's how I know about it. Okay? I'm not out here trying to, you know, do something. But anyway, the reason I don't worry about it is because the people who want to see this with the right kind of eyes aren't bulldozing their way down the trail, trying to find one specific thing, while they're literally standing at something else equally magnificent, but so focused on finding that thing like that guy was, and walking so fast down the trail just to that one sacrificial site, which there usually is one sacrificial site that is pointed to on the map that is surrounded by thousands of things that is not on the map. And people don't take the time to look for it. So they miss out on a lot of culture that they could be appreciating. But if that's the kind of people they are, they wouldn't appreciate it anyway. I know they won't find it anyway. And so I don't worry about it. I mean, the right people find it. So here's an example. This really is a very nice place to stay. We do know that Virgin Anasazi, they made, they lived in rock shelters primarily, you know, sometimes thatched shelters, and then in the later periods made slab-lined pit houses, but probably never totally gave up the rock shelter lifestyle. It's just really nice places to be right here, you know, up out of the water. Even if it's rainy, up in here on the rocks, you're probably doing okay. Definitely, this is the, you know, okay, I mean, of more importance really is this shade to do your work. You don't want to be sitting in the burning sun. So You know, this reminds me a lot of La Rumorosa Style that's down by San Diego, Mexico border. This really specific style where they have these splayed fingered anthropomorphs. That's kind of unique to that area. But now I'm seeing it here too. You know, I'm gonna have to look into that more and see if it shows up elsewhere in the Southwest, because to my immediate tiny little mind, it doesn't. That's why it seems to stand out to me. So that's kind of interesting I wonder if when the Virgin Anasazi when there was the huge diaspora of the Southwest around around 1300, if some people went as far. I mean, we already know that the Virgin Anasazi were going west for trade across the Mojave Desert. They were not going over the Sierra Nevada, toward Bakersfield route. They were going across the Mojave Desert toward the San Diego area, toward the coast down that direction. That was the trade route. That's why you find the Virgin Anasazi in the Mojave Desert. I mean, that's part of why, in addition to just that being an extension of the hunting range. But yeah, so maybe during the diaspora, some of them found their way all the way to the coast. And that is the birth of the La Rumorosa Style. Maybe. Now, this is just me totally speculating. Thought experiments. This is a really nice little rock shelter area, it looks like. It's kind of a little bit on a high part of the land. Out of what would be like a floodplain kind of area. I'll show you something too. This is over at Brownstone Canyon. I think it's reversed, though. I think it's turned over. So now I can identify that as a Virgin Anasazi image. Although at Brownstone Canyon, over near Las Vegas, more west, it shows up in painted form. Some people say that petroglyphs sometimes were painted, so it doesn't preclude this from being originally in painted form also. Here are some very old sheep. They're almost right down to the color of the original rock, which is so beautiful. And you know what? Why I feel so comfortable now, finally. I'm back on firm ground with pretty much just one ethnic group to have to synthesize with these images. I'll show you that in a second. It makes me so comfortable when I see this, because the footprints are so very Pueblo. They're so very ancestral Pueblo, and so I know I'm on firm footing here. I know who I'm dealing with. But look at these. So faded. Can you make that out? It's, well, here's one. It's easier to tell it's a person with arms and legs down. I thought for a second, I thought that was a little sheep, but maybe that isn't. What else is here that is very hard to see? Definitely a sheep up there. thing I'm seeing a lot here is this motif, these up rays. That's showing up a bunch right here at this little site. That makes me want to say it looks like a person riding something. I'm not going to say that's what it is, but it's the first thing I thought of. And because it's the first thing I thought of, it's the first thing that I discount. Because that isn't scientific to just say, oh, that looks like Cookie Monster. I wonder if they also had a Cookie Monster. No, thank you. That's not how science works. Not just like a couple of minutes ago, I was talking about how petroglyphs used to be painted a lot of the time, right? Here's a perfect example, and this is a great example because of the kind of rock this is. It's so light colored, and it's so, oh, I don't know, absorbent. It seems like it's a sandstone or something, but really, in fact, I know it's sandstone, but it's just really absorbent, like has some kind of a layer on it, you know, that is, see, that's grabbing the color and keeping it from fading off. And here's a perfect example. This is a petroglyph that's painted. And I've heard tell of many like painted rocks at Gila Bend in Arizona, for example. They're not painted, they're all petroglyphs. But at one time they were painted. Now they just look like that, you know? I'm gonna de-stretch this. Oh man, talk about an epic portal. I mean, good grief, look at that. I wish I knew what the feature is that you can see through this portal, but look at this. Look at the light and the dark. The the destination is the sky. I mean, that's just, that is one of the best portal situations I've probably ever seen. There's a whole lot going on there. This video is running long, so stay tuned for part 2, where we'll go through the portal and see what's on the other side. If you get a chance, please go by my art shop at the Ancient Southwest. Click on the art link to go to the shop. These are some new items that I put in the shop. I make Huichol bead art, which I press tiny glass beads into a mixture of beeswax and pine pitch to adhere them to these forms. And this is my little bird collection I've been working on. And these birds, these thinner birds that are laying kind of on their side, they actually can be put on a shelf, or they have a little hole in the back where you can hang them on the wall. And they are festooned with Huichol ritual imagery. Go to the Facebook group, join the Facebook group, The Ancient Southwest, and for more content like this and other writings and things, go to the website, theancientsouthwest.com. I really appreciate you watching, and may the fire inside you continue to burn brightly.